Oh, the gray muzzle days when fursuits weren't expensive. But fursuits look like this. So what happened? Well, this fursuit is 20 years old. I actually got it when I first joined the fandom. One interesting fact, back then, I think I waited like 2-3 months to get the fursuit, and I brought it to my first con. I actually have the badge here, let me find it. I don't know if you can see that, I'll take a picture closer, but this is 2004. Back in 2004, things were different. Cons were small, fursuit heads were big. I have not worn this fursuit for over a decade, at least. We're gonna talk about quality. Quality is one of the first things that would affect fursuit prices and what's happening. I should clarify, I got this fursuit in 2003, but didn't wear it till my first con, which was in 2004. Back in 2003, the average home price in America was $195,000. A Toyota Corolla looked a lot different. Tesla, well, that wasn't around. And fursuits probably, I think, cost, I'm guessing, I don't know what I paid 20 years ago. I probably paid maybe like $1,500. I'm not sure. Who knows? But it's also 20 years ago. And quality has changed substantially. The ears are floppy still. That's good. Then if you go ahead 10 years, the average home in America was $268,000. The Toyota Corolla looked way different. Still no Tesla. And fursuits looked like this. As you can see, things changed a lot. It's actually kind of hard to talk in this fursuit. Actually, the designs that are on this fursuit were stitched in. Check out the back. And this is actually the same character as before, just updated. As you can see, things progressed. I actually got this one in 2009. It was time to move on from this fursuit. It was time to be I don't know what to say here. Let's get the suit on. It's 2023, everything is more expensive. The average home in America is $417,000. The Toyota Corolla looks way different, and you can buy a Tesla and a lot of other electric cars. As you can see, quality changed. It got better, and it keeps getting better. This fursuit, I can talk out of real easily. I can see everything. It's super comfortable. All the stitching is great. It fits perfectly. It looks more modern, and it probably took a lot more work to make this fursuit. Like I said, everything's got more expensive. What was the price of a 2003 Corolla? Let's take a look at it right now versus a 2023. Things went up. Fursuits went up. A lot of these makers currently have 10 years experience, 15, 20. And yes, those are the brand name fursuits, and you're gonna pay for them. That's just how it is. If you want experience, you should pay for it. If you want an apprentice, you will pay less than a journeyman. So it's something to think about when it comes to quality. But quality is not the only thing affecting prices of fursuits. I'm gonna change out of this fursuit because I'm too warm and go into two other factors that are playing into the inflation, I guess that's the word, of fursuits. Oh, that is so much better. Sorry, I was so warm. Wearing 3 fursuits in a row was hard. The next thing that affects prices of fursuits is the growth of the fandom. As you all know, it has grown substantially. Look at MFF. In 2003, it was 800 people. 20 years later, it's 13,000 people. Look at that growth. It is huge. You even have to do a lottery to get a room, which is not fun, but totally understandable. Cons are just growing at a rapid rate, which means there's more people joining the fandom. But there's a caveat to that. The more people that join the fandom, the more people you're gonna get that learn how to make fursuits, new fursuit makers, new artists, everything. So you can find a better deal, you just have to look. But the bigger name brands, of course, people are gonna want them. They're gonna be a commodity. You're going to pay for that. Growth equals competition. The more competition there are, the quality goes up. Apparently on one website, they estimate there's 1.4 to 2.8 million furries. That's a weird spread, like it's double, but that's a lot. I don't think there was anywhere near that even 10 years ago. But that's good because there's more people who can speak up, more people that can represent the fandom in a great light. There's so many people making a living off this fandom in a positive way, and they're not all just artists, they're not all fursuit makers. There's so many other ways now and avenues to actually make a great living off this awesome fandom. But there's one more thing that is also really affecting the prices of fursuits, and it started about a decade ago. Can you guess what the last thing is? Think about it. Think about it. Fursuit auctions. Before we get into the whole fursuit auction debate, let's go into a little bit of history. The first major auction was a Justin Bieber fursuit in 2014, and it sold for $8,000. In 2014, that was a lot for a fursuit. Plus it was Justin Bieber. I think it was called Lavender Corgi. It's really hard to find good pictures of this fursuit online, so I'm sorry I couldn't really find a good one. And the next fursuit only a year later sold for $11,000. It's Angel Dragon by Phoenix Wolf Fursuits. Then in 2018, my fursuit maker, Made For You, sold a slot for $13,000. To me, that's a bit much, but I guess some people just want to skip the line. I personally don't mind waiting, but for $13,000, they skipped the line and they got their Made For You suit, and good for Made For You. Then the same year, Mixed Candy sold a complete dog suit for $17,000. That's a lot. But Mixed Candy's been making fursuits again for almost 20 years. Then of course, the infamous, I think it was 2021, I'm forgetting the year, you can correct me in the comments, the Zuri Studio commission slot. Yeah, $50,000. There's a lot of anomalies. I don't want to get into this one. It has a sad past. Someone was willing to pay that, and they got the fursuit they wanted. And that brings us to the present, and why I'm making this video, because somebody paid $20,000 for a partial suit from Multicolorbarks. Where do I start? It is an amazing partial. Like a lot of you know, there was even commissions made of this character before it was ever sold. Again, I'm harping on it. I'm gonna say the same thing. Things are worth what people are willing to pay. It is an amazing partial. They deserve every penny they got, and no one should be upset. If you wanna get a fursuit that's less, get one. Let's go to the reality of auctions. Auctions are where things go for the highest price because people want things that are special, they want them right away. It's just something they want, and that's fine. Don't buy from an auction if that upsets you. And maybe you'll win an auction, so then you'll be happy. There are so many makers out there where you can get affordable fursuits. You don't have to go to an auction. You don't have to go to these makers that have been around for 15, 20, 10 years. You don't have to go to the most popular maker. You just gotta look around. There's tons of them out there. I don't think the fursuit inflation is a problem. It's not. Plus, there isn't that big an inflation. Yes, some go for really wacky monies and everyone talks about it, but there's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with makers making money. It's a really hard job. Think about how long a fursuit maker struggles before they make money. All these up and comers, they're not making that much money. I know you think, oh, the material costs are low. What about their time? Time is the most valuable thing. You can't buy more time. No different than at your job. You put in more time, you work your way up, you earn more money. Even if you have your own business, you build and make more money. I don't see the problem with this. I just wanted to make this video to kind of make that point. We should be celebrating it, praising it, and I know most of you are, and I'm just kind of saying this because I was super excited to see that, and I'm super proud of Multicolorbarks. I'm super proud of all those fursuit makers. Sorry if I got a little serious, or passionate would be the right word. If you want to see a video where I'm a little bit less serious, but still pretty passionate, check out this video right here where I review all the hot Disney dads, and you'll be shocked who wins.